photography, maybe some artwork from sketching with Kino's class. Definitely, I did that. I did some watercolors from Mr. Blunt's class, so yeah. But none of the hard line stuff. I would leave that out.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Anything else?
So we might have some questions at the end, and I wanted to, just as a token thanks, if he's forgotten what it looks like and what it felt like, some San Antonio College souvenirs for Kevin for coming out. But thank you very much. So really in tandem. I mean, these aren't designed to be separate, and I know Saul, he just got out of class and other things. And
Address, because guys, I'm open to helping anyone out. You can email me with any other questions you might have, even if it's a critique of your portfolio. This site is called ISSU. Are you guys familiar with this site? It's ISSUU.com, and what you do, you upload your portfolio in PDF format, and you can post this on that Archinect site, like I said. But if you want any other details on doing digital things like that, just shoot me an email, and I'll take the time to answer. Okay?
Probably the portfolio requirements that he had to respond to 4 years ago, 3 years ago, are different now. And it's all as close as you're going to get to that, and to one who's managed it so far successfully. So I just invited him more informally to kind of speak to you about his experience, his direct experience, what he's encountered in the application process, why he feels like he got accepted, even though very few did, and how it's gone for him so far. All right, so if everybody would please welcome Saul Vasquez.
Like Mr. Boleslav said, I just graduated from SAC last semester, and I'm a junior now at UTSA. And like he also mentioned, I'm one of the 3 students that SAC transfer students that got accepted into the architecture program. And I'm just here to talk to you about some like the transfer process and how it was for me more so. And you know what I did or how I prepared in order to transfer. The thing that I can tell you is the most important thing is do everything with enough time. Like don't leave it to the last minute. Don't procrastinate. And it's very important, especially in the application process. It takes time for them to look through your application and stuff like that. First things first is, you do have to look at different universities now since it's getting harder to get accepted into UTSA. Look at all different options, 1 or 2, 3 schools that you might be interested in, and look up the dates of when you can start applying to that school. I did that in between the Design 3 and Design 4 break. I went online and I started looking at, the date. I just applied to UTSA, but I suggest that you all apply somewhere else. I looked up when I could start applying to that school, when if you're going to apply for financial aid, when their deadline for financial aid is, and also when their portfolio deadline is, because for universities, different universities, it's different deadlines. So I suggest you do that maybe during your break. And also, once that date comes, apply as soon as you can. Because I think I applied early January to UTSA, and I didn't get a response till maybe like a month and a half from then, like mid-February. That's when they told me that I was accepted into the school. So do that as early as you can. And then after that, like Kevin was saying, go talk to an advisor. I think I've been in the advising office maybe like 5 times already. And the first time that I went, well, one thing that is different that I noticed from SAC and from UTSA and the advising office is that at SAC, when I used to go, you would more than likely be talk to the counselor in a couple of minutes that same day. But at UTSA, you do have to set up an appointment, and more than likely it's not going to be that same day. It's going to be maybe like a week from that day and stuff like that. They do have walk-ins on specific times, but you can't really ask them detailed questions. They can only be, you can't talk to them about your GPA plan or declare your major or anything like that. It's just very basic questions. So you do have to set up an appointment with an advisor once you've been accepted into the school, just so you can talk to them about what classes you should take, or since we are transfer students, how many credits you're going to be able to transfer, which is something else that I encountered, and I suggest you do is talk to different advisors, because a lot of times some of them aren't aware of different policies. When I went to go talk to the first advisor, she informed me that I was only going to transfer 66 hours from SAC, and I had more than 66 hours, so they were telling me that I was going to have to retake like physics, which is, I didn't do good at it, so I didn't want to retake it at UTSA again. So I started asking around at other students, other SAC transfer students, which I had known that transferred a while back ago, and they told me that they were able to transfer more hours. So I went back to the advisor, and I told them, hey, I have a friend that was able to transfer more hours than what the previous advisor told me. And she was like, yeah, all you have to do is sign a petition, so, and then we have to present that in, and you can transfer up to 72 hours. So that took down like my physics class, which was really, really good. So that's another thing, get different opinions. Don't just go to one person and stick to that opinion, because it may vary sometimes. I know that a big piece of transferring is your portfolio. And what I got from doing my portfolio is that you should, we're creative people. So it should be very creative, but at the same time it should be somewhat straightforward, because the people that are looking at them they have a ton of portfolios. So if you make it simple for them to understand, it's better. So just be a little bit more straightforward, but also be creative and make it your own. Because we each have like a different style, how we design. And so I think that portfolio should also resemble that style. I have my portfolio. I don't know if I can pass it around.
Sure, absolutely. So this is a real thing, the thing you actually submitted. Great. Excellent. So try to be quick with it so everybody can share it. Maybe we'll put it on a resource somewhere.
And like I said, this is my first semester at UTSA, and it is, like Kevin said, it is kind of a shock going from SAC to UTSA, because here I did get more of a sense of camaraderie with the other students. We've been in the program for almost 2 years, and then you go over there, and since there was only 2 more students from SAC that were able to transfer, and they had different classes, I didn't have that same experience that Kevin did, where you had your own clique and SAC students. I actually I had to get accustomed to the new students, and they're friendly. If you ask them for help, they'll help you out and everything. But it's a little bit different. It's not the same as it is here.
You're the only one in your studio from SAC.
Yes. And another major difference that I encountered was most of my stuff that I did here at SAC and what I tried to focus on was hand drawings. I didn't really mess with the computer that much, and I just put that in the back. I was like, oh, I don't need it, I'll learn at UTSA. And so once I got to UTSA, like the first week, I see everybody, with their laptops, and everybody's doing their work on their laptops, and I was expecting to go into class and seeing my drafting table, and I go there, and all they had was a table like this, no parallel bar or anything like that. They actually have to make their own drafting table. So, I was kind of shocked by that. But so
you all can't be shocked now. Right? This is why we're doing this.
A lot of this stuff is mostly done on computer, which is good, but it's something that I'm struggling with right now, because actually the project that we're working on right now, my professor wants nothing but computer work. We started off, sketching and stuff like that, but then for you to switch over to computer. And I'm doing the easiest program, which is SketchUp right now, but I'm still having a little bit of difficulty catching up to the students that have already learned all those programs. And they're using the program Rhino and all this other stuff. I had no idea what Rhino was when I went to UTSA. But it is, we as SAC students, we are known for being able to draw good and having good drawing techniques. And that's something that they like, the professors at UTSA like, but it's also good if you can start here learning about different computer programs, so that when you're over there, you're not that far behind from the rest of the students. And, I mean, it's been an interesting semester so far.
Why do you think you were, do you have any idea, why do you think you or the other two that were accepted, and so many weren't? Do you have any thoughts on that subjectively, in your own opinion?
I'm not sure.
You never got an explanation.
No, I never got an explanation. I tried to make. I know that portfolio is huge. It's what represents you, because you can't be there talking to the judges that are doing it. So all I did was try to make it very straightforward, very simple. I think I have like no computer stuff on my portfolio. It's all hand sketches.
Did you have all your prerequisites?
Yes, I did, but I know another student that got accepted into the program, she didn't have all of the prerequisites.
So you actually don't even interview with nobody? You just turn this in, and then it's up in the air?
You just turn that in. And also, like Kevin said, you might want to go online and look at that stuff, but it's also good if you go personally and ask people there in the architecture program. When is this due? I saw online that the deadline is about whatever date, and you just confirm dates, because sometimes it might be from previous years, or it might not be up to date. So the best thing is to go and talk to them personally also.
So I know we're getting close to time for classes, next class to start, but I wanted to emphasize a couple of things to y'all. So all of this information, thanks to Renee Balderas, is being made available. It is already available, all the previous